Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Black Mirror series. This is the first episode of Season 2, Season 1 only had 3 episodes, I think Season 2 is quite short as well, so yeah, we are already on Season 2. I really hope it maintains this momentum of just being exceptional, because every single episode in Season 1 was brilliant, so I hope there's not a dip in any of these seasons. Let me know in the comments, is there like a season that's seen as less superior to the others? Is there a season where the writing just wasn't as strong as the rest of them, or is it pretty much this throughout all 6 seasons? Because I hope it is. If so, this has got to be one of the most legendary shows of all time. But regardless, let's get into this. This is episode 1, season 2. Be right back. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. That literally reminds me of the petrol station I was at last night. It was an automated petrol station. It was 4 AM and there was just a lady there fueling up next to me, and we were both fueling up at 4 AM. We were just like, alright, what are you doing here? Shouldn't we both be in bed? Yes.
I snozzed in yours, is that
okay? Yeah. Good way to tell if he was actually paying attention or not. This is too on the nose for me. I'm always going out at night and getting a coffee. Was that a television built into the sat-nav? This is definitely a car out of my price range.
I draw the line at disco.
What were you just listening to?
No, the Bee Gees wrote that. Everybody likes the Bee Gees.
Yeah, if you like your lead singer sounding like a kettle that's ready.
You do not like How Deep Is Your Love?
Perfectly natural. No, you're right in the morning.
Unexpectedly on-point impersonation of the lead singer of the Bee Gees there.
I will crush this van on purpose.
I'm probably wrong about this, but this doesn't look to be in the near future, which I believe would make it the second episode not to be set in some sort of near future so far, along with the Prime Minister episode. And if that's anything to go by, the pigs in this countryside house better watch out. I know, life comes at you so fast. One second you've got a stupid ginger bowl cut, the next second you've got a stupid ginger beard.
There's only one bowl, do you mind having yours out of a shoe?
Fucking hell, this dude pays zero attention to his woman, does he? And what's sad is, I'm one of the few people in my circle of friends who isn't always glued on their phone. Sometimes I'll look around the room and there'll be 4 or 5 other people all just faces lit up with their mobile phones, and I just think, man, whatever happened to living in a moment anymore, you fucking zombies?
First family outing after Jack died. There's monkeys all over the car. No one saying anything.
That sounds awesome.
When I came down the next morning, all Jack's photos were gone from that wall.
That sounds traumatizing.
And she just left this one here. Her only boy giving her a fake smile.
And she didn't know it was fake.
Well, if your brother's just died, it's understandable your smile wasn't real. It would be fucking psychopathic if you had a genuine smile after your brother had just died.
I am knackered though. So...
Don't worry.
She's lying through her teeth. Wait, did they stop without finishing? Could have at least gave each other head or something, guys. Get with them now.
Drive all the way there, alone. Pick the car up, alone.
You guilt-tripping son of a bitch. I'm worried this guy's gonna crash the car being in it by himself and constantly being glued to his phone. Okay, so this is slightly in the future again, just a slight increase in technology by the looks of that artist board. Or is that some shit that is actually real and I just don't know about it? It looks futuristic. Checks out, if you live in a countryside house, you can't really be squeamish towards insects anymore. It's more city people that are like, a spider, someone from the countryside, they'll just pick up a rat and bite it. Unconfirmed stereotype, that last one, but you know.
Do you have a customer reference number?
I don't know, I was just...
Oh, I better not have crashed this van.
It's not been returned yet, no. And it's meant to be back by 2, so...
Ash, you're a fucking idiot.
Look, sweetheart.
Nothing's happened. You're just working yourself up, imagining the worst.
Oh no. Ah, shit. Is there a chance he's not dead? Understandable. Gotta hide the stash first. Well, either these guys are in a gang or he has died.
People didn't look real, their voices weren't real. It's like you're out on a spacewalk and no one can...
Sarah?
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Sarah. You're trying to make things better, bitch.
It will let you speak to him. I know he's dead, but it wouldn't work if he wasn't. And don't worry, it's not some crazy spiritual thing.
It sounds like some crazy spiritual thing.
I've got an invite.
Hey, shut up.
You won't even have to do anything. I'll just...
Shut up!
Yeah, pick your fucking moments. Completely justified outburst. Don't want to be hearing about magically bringing my loved ones back at the wake of their death. But she said it's currently in beta. That makes it sound like a technological advancement, rather than, you know, some Ouija board shit. Unless the Ouija board is still in beta, in which case, you know, you need to hurry up with that shit. How many bugs can there be? It's card. Don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't want to still be living in the same house. If it was just me and a significant other and they'd passed away, I would definitely feel like I needed a new start, or at least a new set of four walls, so I wasn't constantly reminded of them. Damn, even the book merchants are giving us shit about the death. Leave this poor woman alone. What the fuck?
You talk to it.
You talk to it!
You type messages in, like an email, and then it talks back to you just like he would.
So it's like a bot that replicates the person who's died. Technologies like this are not too far around the corner, like real ones, which will actually be able to fully impersonate the brain of the person. There is rudimentary versions of this technology around just now. I believe Will Smith has a ghost version of his father, which was an AI designed by his dad answering a bunch of questions before he died, but that's not the same as just, you know, digitally replicating a brain. Which will come. Real digital ghosts are coming. Sleep tight. Not sure if this woman's pregnant or this is just, you know, grief sickness. This is a few times we've seen her vomit now, though. Oh, okay. She's thinking, God, he's not even around and now I get a ginger kid. By the way, I've nothing against gingers. This is all banter. Ginger women are hot. Ginger guys are, well, you know, I'm a heterosexual male. But they're cool. They're fine. I have nothing against them. I just like keeping them away from me. No, I'm joking. Now, how accurate is this going to be? Oh, Black Mirror logo alert. So far pretty botty. Is he going to ask to see her bobs and vagine? Oh, bit of sarcasm. Nice, nice. I don't know how I feel about this technology. I guess if they were able to fully replicate a brain genuinely, I would love it. I would love to be able to communicate with my lost loved ones and know exactly what they would have said or thought. But if it's just a fraud and it's not quite them, I would fucking hate it. The second they said one thing or answered a certain way that I knew they never would in real life, I would fucking hate it and never use it again. If it was perfect though, oh, it would be amazing. It'd be literally like having your best friends and family members forever.
I've got to go, I've got a deadline.
Are you sure?
It's a tight deadline, got to be in by dawn, so I better go.
Well, if you're absolutely...
It seems like already she's starting to get addicted to this thing then, if she's shooing away legitimate human companionship for the digital version of her dead boyfriend, husband, not sure which.
Hello, I've locked myself out of the house again.
Oh shit, it's analysing his voice. Now this technology is definitely already here. There are some YouTube channels now which are just fully AI voices, and I am not one of them.
So, how am I sounding? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, this is, like, you have to feel bad for her, but this is very creepy.
It's just the sort of thing that he would say.
Well, that's why I said it.
I wonder how they've been able to replicate his personality though. Do you think the company maybe seized his brain upon his death or something?
You always said that I look weird when I cried.
Did I?
Even saying "did I" there, is that what he would have said?
You threw a jab thinking it was poisonous.
What's through a jab?
Oh, it's a phrase we had, like throwing a fit.
Again, another hint it's not actually him. That would completely put me off instantly.
I used to hate walking in the country.
You must be getting old.
Oi.
I love walking in the country. I wish there was more nice weather so I could do it more often.
Show me what it looks like there.
How?
Use the camera on your phone.
So whoever's on the other side is watching, or the AI is watching.
Actually, everyone who's ever jumped from here did it alone. Nice.
Did you just look that up?
Sort of. Shouldn't I have?
Yeah, more and more things he's saying is creepy. You need to dial it back a bit, AI, or man on the other line, whichever.
I'm gonna go and see if I can make friends with these cows.
Nice, cows seem friendly enough, just make sure they're not bulls.
It's so fast, isn't it?
I know, it's like the speed you'd expect a bee's heart to go at.
I'm surprised she's still getting as much enjoyment out of this.
Shit! Ash, hello?
I mean, calm down, you can get another phone. You signed up to the app, not the phone.
What happened?
I dropped you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm starting to think this is a terrible idea. She's not going to get over this death at all if she just lives in this world of fantasy.
You were probably matching that heartbeat, throwing a jab like that.
And now he's incorporated the slang he didn't know before. Learning as it goes along is this AI, or man on the other line, I have no idea.
There's another level to this available, so to speak. Kind of experimental, and I won't lie, it's not cheap.
What is it?
Oh no, what the fuck is it? Don't do it, nice lady. I'm not gonna give a mean nickname to a grieving woman. Oh, Grief Face is opening the door.
Okay. Oh, when you get it up there, you have to lie on its back.
It's not some sort of intimacy device where she can quote-unquote feel him still, is it? Is it a body? Is it like a replicated him?
It doesn't look like you.
Not yet. It's blank till you activate it.
What? This is creepy as fuck. Some highly advanced dead loved one sex doll.
What is this?
Hang on, I'll find out. It's nutrient gel.
Gross.
It's almost like marshmallow.
Oh, nice.
It's non-toxic.
Swallow the nutrient gel.
Better leave him to it.
Yeah.
I would not want to leave him to it. I would want to watch this entire process.
Don't switch the bathroom light on. Let it brew. I've got to go.
Don't switch the bathroom light on. I would instantly go and switch the bathroom light on. What are you trying to hide in the darkness? I've already got a dead body in my bathtub. If the police show up now, I'm fucked. And you never want to hear the phrase "let it brew" when it comes to a human replicant. In my experience.
You could have left me some clothes.
Oh, so creepy. I do not know how I feel about this. Wonder if they increased his cock size for her.
Is there at least a towel? I'm dripping everywhere. Hello?
Yeah, I completely understand her not wanting to get too close to this.
Do you eat?
No. I mean, I don't need to. I can chew and swallow if that makes it easier.
Are we going to see the contrast in sexual performance? Or is there going to be a sex scene and all of a sudden he's some sort of Don Juan DeMarco in the sack?
You look like him on a good day.
The photos we keep tend to be flattering.
Throwing shade at the real dead guy there.
The really tiny details are visual. 2D. Here. Try my fingertips.
Shit, no fingerprints. I do feel like this is a really exploitative technology towards grieving people. It's like cold readers or something, just exploiting grief for profit.
Oh. That I can turn on and off pretty much instantly.
He's basically like a vibrator.
Oh, shit.
Should I stop?
No, that's really good.
When you find out your sex robot was better than your actual boyfriend. Oh, this one actually goes down. An upgrade.
I love you.
I love you.
Still can't get over how wrong this is though. You know, she had to pay for this. Can the company put her on a monthly contract? Does she get this guy forever? Will the robot slowly deteriorate over time? So many questions. It just doesn't seem right. If anything, you know, fair play, she's got a highly advanced sex doll which looks like her dead boyfriend.
I don't really need to sleep.
Well, just try next time.
That's cool though, 24-hour security.
It's just a bit odd.
I can appreciate it. Pretty strange.
Incredibly strange.
What's wrong?
Yeah, this is going to be a weird one to have to explain to your friends.
Look at you. The town mouse has become the country mouse.
Why is she a mouse in both those scenarios?
Weren't answering calls.
It's been
Or messages.
really busy.
Well, I've just been a bit like, oh shit, you know, what's...
Yeah.
Why lie? Just tell her you've got a fully replicated fake version of your now dead boyfriend.
I think it's great you're moving on.
She obviously saw something upstairs.
There were man clothes, you know, in the bathroom. You deserve whatever you want.
Thanks.
I would have actually told her the truth rather than her assume that I had moved on that quickly. I'd be like, I'm not a soulless cunt. It's a fake version of the dead guy.
She said that she was happy that I'd moved on.
Moved on to what?
Good question. What the fuck are you? Oh, it doesn't even bleed.
We need to wrap that in paper.
When they were, you know, do you think he could, you know, the finishing liquid, you know?
Would you like me to have sex with you?
Can you just go downstairs?
Wow, she's really starting to enjoy this getting head thing.
Don't cry, darling.
Oh, don't! Just get out! Get out!
Now she's seeing what, you know, we've all seen from the start. It's like Uncanny Valley. The fact it's not exactly the same just renders it completely null and void.
Fight me!
I don't do that.
Fucking fight me! Hit me! Hit me!
What? Don't make the robot hit you.
Get out of this house!
Now there's an interesting question. Where do these things go if the person who's purchased them isn't satisfied with their purchase? Do they just get destroyed or something? Oh my god. That is definitely creepier than sleeping with his eyes open.
I have to keep within a 25-metre radius unless my administrator is with me.
Don't call me your administrator.
Why not?
Yeah, it's quite professional sounding. It's better than Grief Face.
Feeling a bit ornamental out here.
I feel bad for that actor. It looked fucking windy when they filmed that, and he's out there in his bare feet. The Lyme's disease from the ticks slowly seeping into his bloodstream every take.
Can you put that down, please?
But it is funny.
Could you just put it down?
Yeah, it's not funny. He actually has bad memories about that picture. Another thing you got wrong. Shit, robot man.
Cheesy.
Yeah, I think she's had enough of this shit now. Too many differences, not the real person. Oh shit, is she gonna push him off the edge of that cliff where they were talking about it being where the lovers jumped off?
Jump.
What? Over there?
Yeah, good on her. Sometimes you have to let things go.
He wouldn't have just leapt off. He would have been crying. He would have been...
Oh god, no.
Terrible acting by the robot, not by the actor. He's doing a good job of playing a not real person acting as what a real person would do. Hey! This is quite the time jump we've just had.
We need another slice.
Why?
So I can take one upstairs.
They're teasing this guy being still alive. Did she let him live, or did he jump? Oh, she let him live.
I know you don't eat anything. I'm just using you as an excuse so I can get an extra slice.
Gotta love the honesty about the deceit. She was so close to doing the right thing. I can understand why she didn't. You know, a grieving person would do anything to get their lost loved one back, but she should have let him jump in that moment, in my opinion. Okay, and that was episode 1 of season 2 of Black Mirror. Be right back, and I will be right back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, be right back, what did I think of that? Another incredible concept, which again is something that is potentially not too far off. Now, fake versions of this, you know, not quite accurate things are always going to have that uncanny valley feel, and real people are always going to see through them. But when the technology gets to the point where they can perfectly digitally replicate the human brain, which is coming, is there going to be any difference? Well, there might be slight differences, because obviously the brain is still affected by the physical world. You know, if you're hungry, you might be moody. If you're aroused, you might say things you wouldn't say in a dinner setting. So these things are all situational, and, you know, the mind works in tandem with the body. So there would have to be some sort of way for it to detect the mood or to shift in certain areas due to certain situations in order to be fully accurate, but you would still get a pretty accurate representation of your lost loved one if they do actually manage to digitally replicate a brain. And to be honest, for those that would miss me, would I do it? Probably yes. Like, if someone cared enough about me that they wanted to know what I would think or what I would say in a situation and I was dying and they said, look, we can scan your brain right now, upload it on a server, and your ghost will always be there for the people that miss you, I would want to give the people that miss me that comfort to be able to talk with me, and not just a fake replication of me, a perfect replication of me whenever they wanted. Now, this technology isn't quite that, and for that reason I disagree with this, because it seems like some company out there is just exploiting grieving people by giving them a not quite but sort of replication of their lost loved one. And to me, that fits this technology into the same category as, you know, code readers, psychics, tarot cards, and no offense if any of you out there believe that shit, but I 100% believe it is all bullshit, and because they charge exploitative of those going through a period of grief, so I do not agree with it. And who am I to say it's bullshit? Well, because I'm aware of the school of arts it comes from. It comes from the entertainment arts, like magic and things like that. The difference is, this veered off on its own path. Magic is there to entertain an audience. The audience knows they're going there to see tricks. Generally, magicians don't pretend they genuinely do have these powers. You know, people like David Blaine and people like that, or even mentalists who pretend to be able to do things, you know, read minds and stuff, generally accept that these are tricks. There's a trade to it. There's formulas. There's ways to figure this shit out. But the other side of these arts are people who branch off and genuinely try to make people believe that there is some sort of genuine mysticism to it. They truly can communicate with dead relatives. The cards truly do mean something, all the while lining their pockets with your grieving money. And that's why I do not agree with it. Magic is cool, it's fine because it's there for entertainment, but the other arts which use similar tricks I do not agree with for those reasons. And trust me, there is formulas to it. If one person is watching this that currently believes that shit, angel cards, tarot cards, cold reading, psychics, please just look into the formulas of it, and it is so obvious. There is a trick to this shit. If you invite a psychic round to your house, the first thing they will do is excuse themselves to your bathroom so they can case your medicine cabinet to find out if you have any ailments. They can then say, oh, they say you need to look after your back more. You know, there's a trick to all this shit. Even when they say I'm getting a name starting with M, it's because 70 years ago, the most predominant female names were Margaret, Mary, etc. So they're going with the highest percentage chance of getting a name of someone who was around the age group of someone who may have just passed away, so it's relevant to you. These things are all laid out in formulas. Look into P.T. Barnum, the Barnum test. And yeah, I'm quite educated on this subject, and I'm completely against the exploitation of grieving people. Some of these guys are very convincing. Some of these people will make you fill in prayer cards before you go into their seminar. Then there's a woman who takes that box, goes backstage and feeds the prayer card information to the guy on stage through an earpiece so he can seemingly know your address and all these other things. But you are always being tricked, and it is always for money. And the only time I agree with being tricked for money is when it is for entertainment purposes, not for giving you peace of mind because someone you know has died. It doesn't help you grieve, it doesn't help you get over the loss of someone while still dealing with reality. And I guess some people would rather choose fantasy and dealing with a loss than reality, because it is the most brutal thing. I understand that. It's not all black and white always, but the second you exploit people for money, I'm out of it. And that is what this company seemed to be doing. It seemed to be a quite highly advanced artificial intelligence technology, and of course the body in the male was some sort of even more advanced weird shit that I couldn't even start to explain what it was. It seemed organic, it must have been, because she felt his skin and stuff. She wasn't fucking a piece of plastic. So it's like essentially a highly advanced sex doll with, that sort of not quite but sort of personality implicated via AI into the head. Such a strange combination, and I just wish this woman had made him jump off the cliff. That was a smart call, but also, like I said, these things are difficult. Grieving is one of the hardest things we do as human beings, probably the single hardest thing to do as a human being, and in a moment of weakness, she let him live. Now, all that being said, I clearly loved this episode and all the things that it makes me think about while watching it. So many Black Mirror episodes get me down a thought process after watching them. It's one of their great skills is to pick something that is potentially not too far ahead into the future, which raises all sorts of moral dilemmas and could change the world as we know it, but is it right or is it wrong? And I think this show so far has been absolutely amazing for doing that, and this episode was no different. It was brilliantly acted. I like how, in the first 10 minutes we got to spend with the actual guy, he clearly had a bit of personality about him, even though he was glued to his phone, which was obviously, foreshadowing of the car crash. But in the car with the Bee Gees song, we sort of got a bit of his personality, and that scene in the bedroom, we sort of saw that he wasn't the best performer always, and then those were completely flipped on their heads when she got in the car with him and seen that he thought the correct response to the Bee Gees song would be to say cheesy, when in actuality, he would have done the silly Bee Gees voice and sung along with it, and he certainly wasn't a sexual dynamo. I'm sure she enjoyed that part. It doesn't always have to be a downgrade, for fuck's sake. And thinking about it, what an amazing episode for the fact that even though it's quite a high-tech concept, it would have been incredibly easy to film. Essentially a singular location, a cast of basically 3 people aside from the funeral scene where there would have been a bunch of extras, but outside of that, just 3 people, and predominantly 2. Her sister showed up briefly, and that blonde woman at the funeral had a few lines of dialogue, but basically it was 4 people, 2 of them the main cast, and then just a bunch of extras, 2 locations maybe, 3 I guess if you count the petrol station, and then the funeral place, and then the country house, and boom, they were able to film an entire episode with 1 it being science fiction and 2 it being totally engaging from start to finish. I write movie scripts, I'm always trying to think about ideas within these boxes of budget, because I do know people that make films, but they do not have hundreds of millions of pounds to spend to make these things, so I'm constantly trying to think of low-tech ideas which would still be engaging, so that when I pass these scripts to my friends, they're feasibly filmable if they like them. And I'm sure Black Mirror has some sort of budget. I mean, if you look at episode 2 of season 1, that was incredibly high-tech, with quite a few futuristic shots in it, so yeah, it's not like they're limited, but I'm saying, me personally, I always appreciate it when something is limited, singular locations, low cast, and it still manages to be incredible from start to finish. Absolutely loved this episode. What a great way to start season 2, just as strong as season 1, and it doesn't feel tonally different in any way either. It seems like it could have been just episode 4 of season 1. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what Black Mirror has in store for me next week. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.